11 Morning News. It is Thursday, December 17th. I'm John Muller.
Good morning. I'm Vanessa Freeman.
Freeze are coming in right on cue, continuing to bring some snow, even some sleet and rain to areas in the tri-state. We've been following this live radar very closely since it came in around 4 o'clock yesterday, and it's been persistent and continuing on through the overnight hours. So here's a look at the radar. Notice to the north and west over the city, parts of Queens into eastern parts, I should say western parts of Nassau County, we're still seeing some snowfall and then rain towards the eastern end of Long Island. But this area of low pressure is still situated just slightly to the southeast of us. So we still have a little bit of ways to go as we continue to track it. But we are going to be adding just a little bit more snowfall, at least in the type of precipitation you're going to see. Everybody's below freezing, 19 up in Highland. It is cold. It is slick out there. You also have these winds that are still gusty, and the wind chill feels more like 9 degrees up in Westchester. Feels like 15 in the city right now. So we'll march through the day planner. Notice visibility not great. You have some snow and some fog still falling. Notice by noon. Notice visibility not great. You have some snow and some fog still falling.
LaGuardia airports are warning of flight disruptions due, of course, to this weather.
Yesterday, so we're at about 12 hours now of persistent snowfall. So Greenwich Village, 7.5 inches is what we're picking up. Manhattan seems to be the borough with some of the higher totals outside of Queens Village, which just came in at 7.5. Peekskill at 7. Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, 6.5 there. Central Park at 6.5. And these are from midnight. We're going to be adding to these as we continue on through the morning. And I think we're going to be picking up anywhere from another ½ inch to an inch for the city, Long Island, and a little bit more if you're north and west. Yesterday, these peak winds, this is what also made it very difficult to be out there, was we had winds around 50 miles per hour. And so these were our peak sustained winds. You had gusts even stronger than that. So some snowfall right now. Noticing, though, some improvement well to the south and to the west. This area of low pressure, the center of the storm actually just situated off. And I love seeing all of our reporters span out across the tri-state. And what you're still noticing is snow is still falling out there. We're not done with this system just yet with this nor'easter. We still have a little bit to get through. The worst of it is I'd say mostly over, but we could still see some heavy snow falling at least until late morning. Notice visibility. So the other part of this, aside from the blowing snow, you have fog that is out there. Frozen of Jersey, Union City is starting to dry out. You still have some snow, but light snow falling over Manhattan, through Staten Island, through the Bronx, and through Brooklyn and Queens. Take it a little bit further east, you notice that rain snow line. Look at that heavy rain over parts of Suffolk County, over the LIE. But with these temperatures so cold, be very...
Yeah, let's check back in with Pix 11's Kristen Cole, who is live in Mawa in live shot, down 2 degrees. Maybe, Rebecca, put the cup on that table. Kind of have it blanketed or covered in that snow to help boost the freezing process.
There you go,
right?
and out of the warm hands.
There you go.
All right, some of our four-legged friends, they took the chance to play.
Of watching this system move through. High pressure is going to push in, push all of that out. And notice by 9 o'clock, we're already starting to dry out in Manhattan, through Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, maybe a little bit longer for areas north and east of us. But to the south,
I'm Vanessa Freeman. Obviously, usually today would be a snow day for students. New York City public school buildings are closed today, but this is 2020, so students will be learning remotely.
Right now, New Jersey under a state of emergency, people being urged to stay off the roads and just to stay home.
Exactly. We do have team coverage for you on this Thursday morning, checking out the conditions across our area. Jennifer Island, Anthony DiLorenzo in the city, and we're also in New Jersey. Rebecca Solomon is in Hoboken, and Kristen Cole over in Mawa. Marissa Torres is keeping an eye on the roads. But first,
Tri-state, and you shouldn't even need a speed restriction to actually slow it down. You may not have a choice. I've been kind of quizzing everybody that's been coming into the studio about what the roads are like, and a lot of them are saying you can't see the black tops in certain areas, and some of those are on the main roadways like Route 3. 287, we have this up because northbound side we have a jackknife tractor trailer near exit 26, so it's hard to pinpoint what exactly is the delay from that and what is the delay because of the conditions on the road, because you're noticing everything is highlighted in orange and yellow, which just means that it's pretty difficult out there in terms of conditions. A live look at the LIE, so you have the fog that is out there, something we've been watching all morning. And then notice this is the westbound side and the eastbound side. Both are quite sparse in terms of traffic. You can see the road just a little bit in terms of the blacktop. So they've done a decent job of clearing it out, but that's no reason to accelerate it at all. You have to take it slow. Looking forward to that. Let's start off with our subways, because I know a lot of you, especially if you're trying to navigate around the city, this is likely one of your better options. Now we're getting a little bit better look at some of these live cameras because some they actually turned off or pointed downward because of the winds to actually protect the cameras at the street. But we are in I'm noticing. Notice how everything's orange and yellow. So what that's telling us on the maps is everything's moving slow because of bad.
Let's see how those folks are getting their share of the winter storm this morning.
And you know they are. For more on that, let's head over.
2nd Street behind you. I was kind of walking through that or trying to walk through that earlier. So it's slippery out there if you're heading down to the subways, if you're heading to rails. I know
Santa got some assistance from the NYPD. Instead of using reindeer, officers helped him make stops in all 5 boroughs. It was part of an event. Christmas. Fantastic story. The news at 7 with Dan and Betty starts right now.
All right, so I apologize. My back was to the camera because I'm trying to figure out what they're doing with the camera here. So this is a live look at the LIE on the eastbound side out near exit 56. You have a jackknife tractor trailer, so all the lanes are currently blocked off. I'm looking at the flashing lights and trying to get perspective here. I believe the front end of the trailer is here and the back end swung around this side. So all of that eastbound traffic being diverted off and kicked off at exit 57 to Veterans Highway, which is why you're noticing.
So far.
Yeah, I mean, round of applause to these crews that have been working around the clock, trying to compete with snow that's actually falling and then landing on the roads they just cleared. So it is hit or miss depending on where you are. Want to update you real quickly, New Jersey Transit. So Hudsonburg and Light Rail resumed.
Where's she going? Yeah, very good.
She's going to get my dress to wear.
She didn't want the cologne or the perfume. She had enough.
No, she's going to get my dress to wear.
Is that something we said?
I thought my camera shot went down. And I was trying to fix it.
Live television.
Gotta love it.
Thought you were going to go shovel. OG, thank you. That's a good